Welcome back to yet another episode of Our Clix Are Sealed. I'm Dennis.
I'm Stuart.
Let's rip this episode open.
So today we're going to be looking at the new PAC that was just released this week, and we're going to talk about a few things that I've found, little tips for the Fantastic Four Sealed.
So you're going to take the new PAC that came with the Wonder Woman set to apply it to the Fantastic Four Sealed?
No, I'm going to tell some tips I've found about Fantastic Four Sealed, and then separately we're going to talk about the new PAC and the Wonder Woman set.
Okay, that makes much more sense to me. Well, let's start off with the Fantastic Four. You got in a lot more sealed games than I did because you have a significant other that plays HeroClix with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Not always well, but she does play.
Yeah, well, I don't always play well either, so that's a moot point.
And we've both been busy, so we haven't had as much time to play sealed online.
No, sadly. So, but open it up. What kind of tips did you want to bring out to our sealed players from Fantastic Four?
So I have about 10 things that I've found from playing through it. Number one, let's talk about Silver Savage with his surfboard.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
The surfboard, it comes to him when he hits that stop click, and he becomes really good. But by paying 10 extra points, you can just play it on the map, and he can just pick it up and have it for those first 4 clicks, too.
Oh, hey, I guess, because it's an option that he starts with it, isn't it?
And I think it's always worth paying that 10 points. Then Silver Savage has 7 clicks of hypersonic speed with really great values and a stop click.
And you can't sour hypersonic Battle Fury.
No, that's not. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not the best, but it's not bad at all, right?
No, considering that surfboard will make you fly.
So the next thing is the uncommon Human Torch, which is the Skrull Human Torch. He is incredible.
Oh yeah, didn't you? No, it was a different Human Torch you used, but no, I think when we were reviewing, this was one of my favorite little Human Torches or Skrulls.
Yeah, like we talked a lot about him. We thought he was pretty good, but for 30 points, 5 clicks, 3 clicks of running shot and ranged combat expert and barrier, this guy is never not doing something for you.
Yeah, hey, he's a utility knife.
And he's gonna be so good come the new rules. Now he has 11 for 4 with running shot, which we did mention, but
and energy explosion.
The next thing is Susan, Queen of Atlantis, the title character.
Wait. Did you not? Wait, you said you liked her because her defense values actually become pretty high the entire game if you play her right.
Yeah, and what I found is that not only is it not impossible to win by mission points with her, it's hard, it's very unlikely, but it is possible. But really what she does is she just uses her +1 over and over again. And every character occupying water terrain modifies their defense by +1. So she gives everyone +1 defense, basically. Everyone's just staying in her water, and she's making 2 new squares every turn. On top of that, when someone misses a character, which happens a lot in Sealed, they heal a click, or she heals a click.
Oh, so then you could keep popping these out, taking the plot point damage, but then once a miss happens, you bring her back up.
Yeah, and she gets barrier, and she has TK at the front. Like basically what I do with her every time is run her up as far as I can, start putting out water, and then it's hard to hit 19s in Sealed.
Yeah, it is. We just had a sealed game, and I learned that. So yeah, you can move this person 10 spaces, 9 if you're carrying someone, plop out water, get hurt by the plot points, let them miss you, and then be back up on the top.
Yeah, and imagine a taxi that is a decently long dial, has decent values, and basically says whenever they carry someone, they and that character get +1 defense. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
So the next is super rare Puppet Master.
Puppet Master? Okay, yeah.
Puppet Master, I think, is an incredible figure who can use mind control 8 squares away through everything, but I think he's really bad in this set.
Oh, really? Did you play him?
Yeah, so I do have a Puppet Master, and what I found is that Puppet Master there's never a good target for a single target mind control in this set. Either
Is
your
that
opponents
because
have
of
one big
where he
figure,
is? Okay, sorry. Why does he not have one good one?
because usually your opponent has one big figure and a bunch of smaller figures, and usually the big figure can't kill any of the smaller figures in this set with a single attack, and the smaller figures can't do anything to the bigger figure. What you're really looking for is two kind of medium-sized figures to get the best value out of him, and it just never happens.
Oh, so
And
not a sealed cannon. That's for sure.
yeah, because it's just there's something really bad about mind control in this set where you need to first hit with him, then you need to hit with that next attack, and then you you do half of a character's dial to them,
All that for one action, and a
and it's
lot of ways to f it up in one action.
yes. So the next thing is we did when we talked about allies, we said that they didn't function on the battlefield, and we were wrong about that. Probably. Here's the thing. In the rules right now, it does say in that unless a sideline active trait specifically says it's also functions off the sideline, it doesn't work. But the article in which the set was revealed and this kind of mechanic was discussed says that allies work on the battlefield. And I think we kind of got to take that as like the
Oh yeah.
rule, right?
So
Next is Thing Robot.
yeah, we know about him. He's amazing.
Yeah, Thing Robot is even better than we thought. You need one sidekick to make him good. If you have two, he can flurry basically with a 10-4 for 20 points, and he's hard to kill. He's an 18 invulnerable top dial. Like he's stupid. He's a bad thing for seals, honestly.
So that's what this set's going to be known as in the sealed universe. Fantastic Four and Thing Robot.
Yeah, like he is so strong. You just you can deal 8 damage to almost anything.
So what if I mind controlled this guy?
I mean, he's not doing 8 damage then.
So yeah, for 40 points, you could have two Thing Robots or one Puppet Master. What would you make your choice?
Definitely two Thing Robots. There's not really a question. Even if you didn't have any sidekicks, but you're always gonna have sidekicks, it's crazy good. The next thing is the scroll thing, which is a common. It's just really solid. We were kind of iffy on him, but he actually plays a lot better than we thought he would.
He's a charger, close. He's 5 clicks for 30 points.
Yeah, it's that you
I
can just
look at
put
him.
him up there.
I wouldn't mind running him in the thing. Is like you played him and he like performed much better than you intended.
Yeah, like we looked at him and we went, oh yeah, he's pretty strong. But basically, you drop this guy right at your opponent's like their face, and you go just deal with him. He's 30 points with a six shape change, invuln, and 5 clicks. And if they don't kill him, he has steel energy to get back up to his close combat expert.
I think one thing because so many I guess you could say sidekicks, but other characters have such long dials. The thing's stock goes up because he's got quite a few clicks where he can bump his damage up high enough to kill people.
Exactly. The next is the Fantastic Four theme. Like if you're playing a theme team of Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
if you don't pull any of the stronger Fantastic Four members, I don't think it's actually very strong.
So you're saying if you don't have a nice strong attacker, that theme team bonus really isn't that much of a bonus?
Yeah, like when we played, I did pull the rare Human Torch, and he crushed. He's so good.
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
besides him, like there's not much to build a team around besides a bunch of sidekicks and a couple of like mediocre-ish um, leaders. As we're gonna say, like Medusa, Ant-Man, they don't do it much.
No, not Ant-Man. Such
And
low damage values.
Miss Thing was Dennis played her and she performed not particularly well.
No, the problem ran into what I said off the bat when we were first reviewing her. Those flurry charge clicks are in the wrong order.
Yeah. Not the last one. The second last one is about oh god, what did I say? The Marquis of Death. We didn't think Marquis of Death was great because we didn't think of any ways for opponents to heal. And of course, we totally overlooked the Fantastic Four keyword or team ability.
Yeah, they heal when one of their friendly dudes dies.
And he can pretty easily KO a single Fantastic Four member, and you can energy explode, right? So he can energy explode like 3 guys, kill someone else. They heal 2 clicks. He gets a, what do they call it? A false hope token. So
Okay.
it's not hard for him to actually get a couple tokens and then do his big pulse wave and just end the game.
Oh, you played with this guy too?
No, I was just looking because of his I was just looking for ways for him to heal, basically.
Oh, okay.
And so he can energy explode, then he can kill one guy, all of them heal up. He doesn't ever need to actually use that healing energy explosion.
Oh.
So many people heal whenever you kill a character in this set.
What is your final point there, Stuart?
The final point is about DJ Doom or Dr. Doom. And we talked about his, there is a miswording perhaps in his dice. In every other dice manipulation power, it says remove this die from the card.
Yes.
It does not say that on his.
So are you saying like this is meant to stay that way, or it's a mistake like we thought it was?
I think it's a mistake. I think
Okay.
that it's absolutely you're supposed to take them off every time you use them. But there's 2 figures with dice manipulation in this set. One of them was worded differently than this one. You know,
Oh.
like when you're playing with another group, you got to talk about this before someone accidentally pulls them, and you guys have a big argument about it. The way he's written, if you're playing as written, you do not remove the dice from his card.
Ugh.
Perhaps you switch the dice out. It's unclear what you actually are supposed to do, but you should not remove the dice because it does not say to remove the die. If you're playing to be like fun and have fun with your friends, then you absolutely should remove a die because that's definitely what was intended, I think.
I would like to see what they come up with because in my head, just going by president of dice manipulators, it's remove the die, remove the die. I think there was one character where you kind of kept replacing it, but I don't remember that guy much anymore.
Mitzel Pitlick was like, you could roll a die for free, I think.
Yeah, it was like he constantly had a die where other guys were like you had to take a power or something like that. I'm pretty sure they meant when you use it, the die just goes away.
I agree, but
Like
it
if
depends
whenever
on how
any
you're
attack
playing,
roll is
right?
made, you may replace a d6 with the roll from the d6 on this card, like replace. So clearly it has to move.
But if we're talking about replacing figures, right, then we swap the placement of those 2 figures.
So yeah, so like the way it's worded, they just keep moving. I'm going to take this dice off and take that dice, and now that dice is now on my card, and well, there it is. Ugh.
And
They should
so
probably
if I
remedy
was,
that pretty quick.
I mean, they're not going to, but what are
What
we going to do about it?
are you talking about? WizKids don't make mistakes. Have you seen the new Wonder Woman like rule book?
Oh, you didn't have to bring that up yet. We're getting there. I'm just looking at Mr. Mitzla Pitlick. No, his was a power action too.
Oh, geez.
I guess it's what's his name? Q Prime that has some, I think it's a free action.
Oh, Q Prime. The birth of the $250 figure at all times, no matter how old they are.
Yeah, it's not even a free action. It just says at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, geez.
And it works for super senses too. Anyways, we're not talking about Q Prime. I've never seen one in person. I will never, I hope never to. I'm just saying you have 2 choices when you're going up against this Doctor Doom or you're playing this Doctor Doom. And you got to choose before you start playing a game with someone. Either you play it with what I think is the like spirit of the game in which you remove the dice, or you play it the way it's written, which I think is maybe kind of a dirty way to play in this case, and then you basically win the game instantly because like you have an infinite amount of dice manipulation that you can do for every single attack.
I don't even think you need to see them.
Nope, or be within range.
So just do it.
Yeah, and that's why like it's so balanced if he only has 2, right?
Yeah.
So that's clearly what was intended. Anyways, let's leave it at that. So those are our thoughts so far. We might come back because we'll play a couple more games, maybe this week. Depends on how busy we are.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't bring up Common Human Torch and how well you used him against me.
He was fine. He just puts up a barrier. I don't think he did much.
Oh, he was all over. His running shotting, his sidestepping, and range combat experting. And then if I got close, you were poisoning. Oh, yeah, you used him well.
I still don't think he's that good. He's fine. I mean, he's one of my favorite captains for sealed because he does something. But do you have any final thoughts about Fantastic Four for today?
Sadly, because of my lack of playing much sealed, I don't think my opinion would matter much. All I know is
No.
from our sealed game, I was a little disappointed where I have so many captains, and I got one sidekick, and it was Leech, and you're like, okay, he's got such low combat values, or he's still technically just an outwitter, no matter how many captains I had.
Maybe when you get me the booster that you owe me, we will play some sealed.
Oh, there you go. Watch me buy you the chase booster, and then I get one with 2 rares.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, you would be, wouldn't you?
Okay,
If
let's
it's a
move on
DJ
to
Doom,
the.
which you already owed, I'll just take it though.
Yes, I did trade him. I did not pull him. I did trade for him. I pulled Valeria, I think.
Oh, good for
Did
you.
I? No, I didn't. I don't think I did pull a chase. If
How
I
much did
did,
you
I pulled the
buy?
worst chase. If I didn't, I don't think I pulled. I always get confused because Valeria looks just like the super rare. I don't remember her name, but she was really bad. She's like the one that has 18 defend that you can give to only to Doctor Doom.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about.
And they look like identical. They have the same green cape. So I don't remember if it was
Really?
her the or that lady, but either way, I wouldn't be happy about it.
Are we moving on to the PAC?
Yeah, so I've spent a little bit of time looking at this. I don't think Dennis has spent as much.
No, I've been going back. I've actually gotten back to work, and then along with work, a bunch of more training on how to conduct ourselves. So my days have been wrapped up getting back into workman mode.
So we're gonna go over our thoughts. So the other thing I want to bring up is the bench powers for Wonder Woman.
Can you repeat what those were?
Yes. I just give me 1 second.
Okay.
I almost got the article up. It's coming.
I know it's perplex. I know super strength.
Leap climb, super strength, willpower, earthbound, precision strike, pulse wave, battle fury, ranged combat expert, perplex, shape change, invincible, force blast, hypersonic speed, and support.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
Lots. So I guess first thing, how do you feel about them benching powers?
I don't. As someone who's played a long time, you're like, why? I know these so well. But I can admit, when I was new, it was very intimidating. That being said, it's frustrating when like you get so few DC sets, and then you get a DC set that feels hampered because wait, I have a whole DC set that doesn't have perplex, that doesn't have range combat expert. I don't know. I don't know if you didn't even have to use the word bench. What if you released a set that just didn't have those powers? Do you think anyone would say anything?
I mean, they have in the past, right? There's some sets that don't have mind control. There's some sets that don't have, I think, incapacitate.
Yeah, exactly. So they didn't even have to say that.
No, I think they wanted to be like forthright about why certain characters aren't going to have super strength in this set.
Honestly, when we think just in the sealed bubble, whatever powers are in the sealed, we're still going to look at who's looking good in this sealed set compared to what other characters are in this set.
In fact, I actually think it makes sealed more interesting, right?
Well, it would in a sense where like you know what you're not working with. I don't know. What's that word? What's that term they use? Like hindrance can thrive creativity.
Yeah, like now that we see this, we're not going to be going, oh, this guy has perplex. He's a 5 out of 5. You have to play him. We're going to go, wow, like empower now is so much better.
Oh, by the changes, what they went with, like how they said they're trying to minimize damage being increased and decreased and all that. I love that. That's pretty cool, actually.
I think that it'll lead to actually better sealed experiences and maybe not worse constructed, but it will definitely the effects, the benefits that we'll see in sealed are not going to be seen in constructed.
No, no, no. Constructed's a whole new world. There's going to be so many characters eliminated from contention because of what they don't have.
I mean, I'm not sure that's true per se, because I don't think that a good character is going to be suddenly worse because they don't have perplex. I just think that this set is going to not give you the perplex you might need for certain teams, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're gonna have characters that, well, for this, just in a previous set, someone of near same power levels and points has much more to bring to the table.
I don't think that they're going to balance them in a way that it's going to be the same, except this guy doesn't have perplex. He'll also be like 15 points cheaper, and then there's actually a discussion to be had there, right?
Well, yeah, but moving on to the seal.
Okay, so yeah, in sealed, I think it's a great idea because it's going to change the way each set feels really significantly. When you go, there's no barrier, there's no super strength, there's no penetrating psychic blast. You go, okay, so range is not as much of an option, and reducers become a lot more powerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this PAC in relation to sealed now. So we'll start with our speed powers. Flurry. Does anything change there?
No.
No, not really. There's some stuff that actually will change with Flurry, but we'll get to it later. Leap climb. So let's take turns. So I'll go leap climb. You go the next one. Okay.
Okay.
Leap climb's big difference here is number one, it doesn't go through hindering because you can now walk through hindering. Hindering does not affect movement. And number two, it's passive. So you don't actually need to take a move action to use leap climb. Second thing that doesn't matter though is that Wonder Woman will not have leap climb in it. How do you feel about this change to leap climb?
Keeping it passive is pretty fun. Like, keeping it passive is one of those things that I feel it's just going to make it a trait now more than you'll ever see on their actual dial.
Yeah,
And then,
it makes me really happy if I have it as a trait now.
yes, well, if it's a, well, that was the worst when you had leap climb as a trait. Oh, like I'm going to use that. Uh, but then also special powers. It basically changed leap climb that you're probably rarely ever going to see it by itself anymore.
Do you think that it loses anything from not being able to do a close attacks over elevated?
Oh. Well, in essence, because it's gone, obviously it's going to be different. But then when you look back on how often it was actually used, minimal.
Yeah, I think I did it once in the entire time I've played.
Yeah, I think I've used it once, and it was very early in my career. I remember it was a Robin. It was a Robin character.
Okay, tell me about phasing. Anything different?
I'm pretty sure, like again, my fuzzy head and all that. I'm pretty sure they changed it from a power to a move. Am I correct?
I don't think so,
Okay,
but I don't
whatever.
know.
Other than that,
That's
you're
it.
moving through elevated, hindering, and character. Or you're always moving through hindering, I suppose. Elevated, blocking, and characters. So you're phasing around.
Yeah, I mean, I think it functions the same even if it was a power action before.
Yeah, and like again, I haven't looked through it all that, but there's still certain things where it's like, hey, when a move action's done or a power action's done, you can do this. But
Yeah,
it's
there's
basically
less of that
basically the
now.
same, and it's whatever. It's accurate. It's accurate to what phasing is in the comics. So have fun.
So Earthbound does not change anything significantly because willpower doesn't exist anymore. So it's mostly just you can't use improved movement, can't use improved targeting. I have no feeling.
It's still the only power where it's like not a power. Hey, this power
Yeah,
gives you this. This is the only power that takes away things.
I'm okay with that. I think it deserves to exist. I don't think now it's very impactful though.
Is it because the way it was changed, or because like willpower was changed?
Yeah, willpower is. I think it's the willpower thing, right? Now it's like, how often are you going to remember that? Like now that you have Earthbound neutralized, you can't shoot through hindering anymore.
Yeah. So I'm at charge. Power, half speed, move, then close as free. Is this where they drop the at no cost?
Yes.
Okay. So then this would go back as far as we know. You could only use a free action once, like a unique free action once.
Yes.
So does this actually mess with what's his name? Vulture.
No.
Okay. The way Vulture's
He
worded, he could still charge around and keep attacking.
he can still charge around and keep attacking. He just can't use flurry more than once, probably.
Okay. In essence, charge is still charge. Move half your speed and
Yeah.
then have
It
things.
makes those Green Lantern batteries a lot better though.
The Green Lantern batteries, like the way old green, like
Yeah.
those. Oh,
Because you
geez.
can only do one free action per turn, right?
Oh God, don't remind me. I
Yeah, isn't that
actively avoided.
beast?
I actively avoided meta when those batteries are around. I was not a fan.
It makes Beast better too. The one from the Fast Forces, because every time someone gets so it uses a free action, he gets like sidestep or something, right?
Oh, I suppose, yeah. So then, yeah, just someone uses charge, he gets. Yeah, that's neat. I never thought of
Anyways, that's not sealed though.
that.
Okay, next we have mind control. So the biggest thing is the minimum range increased to 6, and I think it's better. It's more well worded now. Instead of normal damage, each hit character halves speed and becomes friendly to your force. One at a time, either in order move and or make an attack, then it reverses forces. The cool thing is now that close attacks can target multiple characters with bolts. You can do like 3 target mind control with a close attack. But yeah, it's for the most part the same.
Yes. Plasticity character breaks away on any result except the one adjacent opposing characters that can't use phasing, teleport, plasticity, leap climb, or hypersonic speed only break away on a 6. So plasticity is different as in they kind of remove that -2 +2 thing. It's just anything but a 1 or anything but a 6.
Yeah, I think it works well actually.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of it. Just roll, see what it is. You either failed or didn't. No more math.
It actually, in this way, makes hypersonic speed a worse power though, because there's no every breakaway is either a 4 or a 6 or a 1, right?
Yeah. So you would still get the attack off with hypersonic speed, then you just have to try to move away again.
Yeah, but all the move away is at on a
Yeah,
4
it's 50
now.
50. Oh, yeah, it's awful now. That's right. It is awful.
And the breakaway thing, as of right now, there's nothing in the rules that says you can't complete your action after a breakaway, but these rules are
Oh,
incomplete, so we'll see.
yeah, true, true. Force blast, anything different?
Yeah, so it's two things different. Now it has range.
Yeah, look at that. You could actually range, just knock someone back. That's kind of neat.
It's yeah, I really like it. And then especially if you have force blast is free, then like I'm totally into it. The other thing though is that now instead of knocking back equal to a d6, it's just 3 squares and there's no knockback damage. So it is not a great power anymore.
Yeah, until we see how well just moving someone 3 squares does. I don't know why you'd want to use it as a power.
3 squares is such a weird number too. It's not long enough that they have charge or running shot or range.
Okay, sidestep, free, move up to 2 squares. Exactly the same.
Yeah. Hypersonic speed, power, half range, no can't carry, moves through not through characters but beside characters. Move, then make an attack, then move up to your speed value minus number of squares just moved. Hypersonic speed for the most part hasn't changed, except that the breakaway, there's no bonus to breakaway. There's another thing, just like mind control and flurry, but we will get to that later.
Ooh, okay. Stealth. I think it's a big change. When it's not your turn, hindered lines of fire drawn to this character by non-adjacent characters are blocked. Finally, I don't have to introduce a new person to how effed up stealth is.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. Wait, I can punch you, but I can't see you to outwit you. It's gone.
Yeah,
If
this is good.
if that person's beside him, go ahead. Use a perplex, use a prob, use whatever.
I mean, you could prob either way, but
Yeah, but great change to stealth.
then running shot the same as charge. Half speed, move, then range is free. I actually kind of prefer the wording as at no cost rather than free because I think a lot of people when they first play, they go, "Oh, it says move then close is free." So I'm going to move and then I'm going to do whatever I want and then I can still close is free and they don't realize it's one like function, right?
Oh, okay.
We've had this discussion before when we were playing with Hawkeye.
The chase one?
Yeah, because you thought at one point you could like running shot then like perplex them between the running shots.
Yes, because it was like one states it's a step by step, and one states no, this happens as part of the action.
Yeah, and it was always part of the action, but it's just written weird because it says as free, right?
Yeah, I was teaming him with that Star Trek character Shirai or Shara or something. where
Hmm.
every time you made a successful attack, you could use her free to increase his attack, and then hence his said free. So I was making him attack, get a +1 from her, attack, get a +1 from her, but it wasn't supposed to work out that way.
So I don't love the wording change here.
I'm hoping it doesn't turn into Dennis using Hawkeye that way again, but I can see your point.
Yeah, I because it's just a little hard for some people to get, I think.
Yeah. Are we at
Oh,
attack? Oh, I
yeah,
get blades, my
you get Blades, your
favorite.
favorite.
Nothing's really changed at all. I
That's
don't
not
think it. I don't think
true.
it had to.
Something changed. Something big changed.
What are you talking about? You just get to roll a d6 and still deal damage.
Because Blades used to say whenever you take a close action, you can use Blades.
Oh, was it a close action? Because I always know it as a. Oh, you're right, a close action. Because a close attack and action were different. So now it's just a close attack.
It's not only just a close attack, it is passive. So whenever any close attack is taken, including mind control.
No, are you set? I don't. What?
So not like not okay, let me clarify. So
Yeah, well,
not
I
the
was like, you're
mind
gonna use
controller being
mind
able to
control
use
and
blades,
blades together?
but you can mind control someone and then that character can use blades.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So I could so if Leech had blades, Leech could use
Let's
mind
just
or not Leech. If Artie had blades, if Artie used mind control, he could then deal that dude 6 damage.
no. Sorry, let me when I use mind control on Wolverine, I can use Wolverine's blades.
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. Oh, 6. So now it's actually wow, blades actually went up in value then. Huh.
Yeah, it's really good actually.
Ah, that's disgusting.
Okay, now we got energy explosion. So make a range attack and all other characters adjacent become targeted. Hit characters deal 2 damage instead of normal damage. Basically the same thing, but now because there's passive things like blades, we're gonna have some stuff that combos with energy explosion again, and I'm really excited.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
Okay, let's get to the bad one.
Oh, I'll take it because I know you'll cut in and rant, and I kind of want to do that for ratings. So it's range. It's still half range. It does the improved targeting of characters and shooting beside adjacent characters.
It's pulse wave, right?
It's pulse wave, everyone. Except at the very end, it does this thing. If 1+ characters were targeted, each hit character is dealt 1 damage instead. Stuart, what does 1+ mean?
One or more.
So you're saying even if I just hit one person, just one, how much am I dealing them?
One.
Wow, that sounds awful.
I think it's a mistake, personally. I think we're going to get a change to it where it says if 2+ characters were targeted, because otherwise, why wouldn't it have the same wording as energy explosion, right?
That or why does it have the same wording as steel energy?
Exactly. It's so it can't mean 1+ can't mean 2 or more. 1+ means 1 or more because steel energy says when you hit 1 or more when you hit 1+ characters, and it wouldn't make any sense that steel energy doesn't work unless you hit 2.
Yeah. So you think this is a mistake?
I do. I think it's going to say 2+ characters in the future.
So then that really doesn't. Well, if it is a mistake, does it really change sealed?
Yes.
Ooh.
Because I think if they make it, I mean, it won't change Wonder Woman because Pulse Wave's not there. But
Yeah.
imagine getting one of those big characters that you're playing like Fantastic Four with the new rules, and you get Stardust. She sucks.
One, no one, no, just 1 damage. No matter how much positioning you've put into this, just 1 damage.
Yeah, bad. This is a bad change, and I assume they'll fix it. I assume it's a mistake, honestly.
I do too. There's no way they'd put all that wording in just to say 1+. Okay.
So let's get to Quake. So Quake gives knockback just plain and straight out. You don't have to use Quake to get knockback. It just gives you knockback. Good change. When this character makes a close attack, they may target all adjacent opposing characters. If 1 or more characters were targeted, each hit character is dealt 2 damage instead of normal damage. This is a mistake again.
Oh, is it? Wait,
Why? Like,
yes.
so if 1 or more characters were targeted, each hit character is dealt 2 damage instead of normal damage. Why wouldn't it just say each hit character is dealt 2 damage?
Yeah, and the whole point of changing it, they changed it what 2, 3 years ago. If you single target with a quake, it's the full damage.
But this already does that now, because the only benefit of single targeting with a Quake before was the knockback, right?
Yeah.
And you just get knockback already, so you don't even need.
Yeah, they'll change it again. 2+ characters.
I don't even think so. I think this will just say when this character makes a close attack, they may target all adjacent opposing characters and deal them 2 damage instead of normal damage.
Oh, you think they're gonna put it back to that?
Because the knockback here comes like regardless if you use the Quake, right?
But it's still nice to be able to do the full damage to one person
But you
and the
can, because
knockback.
that's what the knockback is. It just gives your character knockback.
Oh shit, that's right. Ah, I kind of
The
like
other
the old bit
thing
better.
is that Quake says when this character makes a close attack, it's not a close action. You can use it with mind control. You can use it with flurry. You can use it. I mean, once again, when I say with mind control,
Yes,
while
yes.
you're mind control.
The person who got mind controlled can use it.
And perhaps it's unclear. You might actually be able to use it with mind control.
Oh my god. So the first way I put it, you said could still work?
Because it's unclear. We don't have any. There's nothing in the rules that says anything about instead of normal damage triggers. Because mind control is instead of normal damage, and so is Quake. But so perhaps you could go. Probably not. But it's possible it could just let you target all the characters around you and then mind control them, right?
Oh god.
Because you're making a close attack to target all adjacent characters. Each hit character is dealt 2 damage instead of normal damage, but you can also just said instead of normal damage, each hit character half speed. So who knows? Same with
That sounds
energy
like
explosion.
such a
Who knows?
mess.
There's nothing. It doesn't. There's no rules in the rule book about instead of normal damage stuff. So who the hell knows?
Ugh.
Also, Quake gives you knockback for ranged attacks too.
Yes, I think that was a thing before.
It was not.
No, I swear that's like one of the things they brought up. We're like, oh yeah, yeah. Now look at the way it's worded. You'll get to do it on ranged.
Yeah, that's for now. It wasn't before though, because before it
Okay.
was just Quake only did the knockback if you used Quake. This just gives you straight knockback, just like Force Blast.
Super strength, knockback during close attacks. This character can pick up and hold heavy objects. Um, there's something in the rules where they state heavy objects are no different now.
Yeah, so if you look at inherent abilities on the second page, it says object, ranged object action, close object action. Close. If this character is holding an object, and if this character is holding an object, make a close attack and modify damage +1. After resolutions, destroy the object.
So heavies are now just what? Hindering terrain fodder at this point?
I guess. This must be a
Yeesh.
mistake.
So how far? Like we're not even halfway through this, and how many mistakes have we found?
At least 2. And there's some clarification that needs to happen with some other stuff. Or else
Okay.
Pulse Wave just sucks now and we just don't know. Anyways, let's go to
you're next, buddy.
Incapacitate. So Incapacitate, when this character makes an attack, instead of normal damage, you may give each hit character an action token. Once again, this worked when you're mind controlling someone. This works with Flurry. This works with maybe Quake. We don't know how, once again, how instead of normal damage stuff works. If you can choose which trigger to use, then Quake Incap sounds awesome. Also, you can Quake with Flurry. I forgot to say that, if it matters.
We're just going through it. So what? So it will work again because we don't know what instead of normal damage means. We don't know if this is an either or as well.
Well, it won't be as well. It was just we don't know it because it says Quake says instead of normal damage. We don't know if we can choose that we can use the incapacitates version of instead of normal damage instead of Quake's version of instead of normal damage. Does that make sense?
In a sense.
You'll have to choose one. It's just because before you could choose. That's why there's one of the rings lets you instead of normal damage deal one damage to the character you hit. And what you could do is even with Jason Wingard, you could use or Weingard, I don't know how to pronounce it. You can use his mind control and then replace the instead of normal damage trigger from his mind control with the one from the ring. Just do 1 damage, even though you used mind control to attack. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we don't know what you can do in this new set. So
Oof.
who knows? I would assume you can Quake in Gap, and I think that's awesome. And I think we should be allowed to do that.
It's got to be cleared up though, because then these long conversations turn into long conversations each game. Which one is it? Which one is it?
Now, in saying that, you cannot Quake, deal the damage, and ink cap. You'll just have to choose the damage or the ink cap, I assume.
Yeah. Pen Blast, it's not the same. You do penetrating damage whenever you do a range attack now, so it'll mix with a bunch of things.
Yeah, mixes with mind control. Mind control's so good now. It mixes with hypersonic speed.
Oh yeah, it mixes. Pen Psi now mixes with energy explosion, doesn't it?
Yes, I'm so happy that combination is back.
Oh, what was it? What was her name in the Deadpool set? She had it as a special power, and then they changed the rules that it didn't even work anymore, and now it's back.
Yeah, good.
Oh.
I remember one game I played. It's sealed game too, so it's relevant. I had Iron Man 2020 or whatever his name is, like the future Iron Man.
Yeah.
Maybe 2200. I don't know. Anyways, he had energy explosion, force blast, and penetrating psychic blast, and he had 3 targets, so he did 3 penetrating damage and knocked a bunch of people off a cliff and killed like 6 characters in one attack, and the game was over in 10 minutes.
That feels bad when you're on the other side of that.
Shouldn't group up your people then.
But defend. No, I'm just joking. Is Smoke Cloud any different?
Slightly. Minimum range 6 is new, I think. Everything's minimum range 6 now, which I love. Generate up to 6 hindering markers one at a time in distinct squares within range. It does not say clear squares, so you can put them in blocking. You could put them in water. You can put them in hindering. You can put them whatever.
You could put Smoke Cloud on blocking? Did I just hear you say that?
It doesn't say you can't.
How? What?
It doesn't do anything, but it doesn't say you can't.
Okay, but then if it's a Smoke Cloud marker, what if I put a character on that?
No, you can't, because you can't. The rules of occupancy do not allow you to do that.
But it's technically not blocking anymore. It's a Smoke Cloud terrain.
Well, it'd still be blocking, because you can't overwrite what's underneath in terms of the map, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because the rule is now occupancy only replies to characters, not to smoke clouds. So who knows? Once again, something that needs to be clarified.
Yes.
Because then we're going to get one character that's like, kill every character in your smoke cloud, and they'll do it through blocking or something, and people will get mad, and we don't want that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, tell me about Precision Strike.
When this character attacks, damage taken from the attack can't be reduced below 1, and target's defenses, its D6 roll for super senses -1. Seems pretty much the same.
Except for one thing.
Oh, what did I miss now?
The last time, it was only in a single target.
Oh, that's right. You could actually, Precision Strike now mixes with everything else too.
Yep. Energy Explosion and Precision Strike. As we said in the Spider-Man review with that Green Goblin, it's a fantastic combination.
Every time you say these things now, I'm just going to keep going, man, mind control stock is going through the roof.
Oh, yes. Love mind control now. I always loved mind control, but if we can energy explosion mind control, I will be here for it.
What kind of character would do that? Oh, that's a different conversation.
A character with mind control that gets given some device by Nathaniel Richards to give him energy explosion.
Is poison any different?
Oh, wait, can you do that? Yeah, no, you can't, because energy explosion is a range action. You cannot mix mind control and energy explosion. I'm dumb.
Yeah, sure. You're the one telling us all the changes, yet you're dumb.
But Quake, you can. Quake, you can. Hopefully. Poison is exactly the same. We won't talk about it. Tell me about Steel. And Steel Energy is exactly the same too. So.
Well, it just added 1+ because of the bolts.
I think it said that before too.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it was just like when you hit one or more characters, you heal quick.
Oh.
Or deal damage, not hit. I really thought they were going to change Steel Energy to closer or range.
Yeah, well, Steel Energy is working with close. It says close attack, but now it works with all the other close attack shit.
I really thought they were going to mix it with just allow it to do with range too, honestly.
I wouldn't hate that.
Like there's how many powers now are steal energy with close or range, right?
There's a Venom Doctor Strange who does that.
There's a lot of people who do it now.
Yeah. Telekinesis.
Okay, you can't move. You can move objects. You can't make object attacks with it. Other than that, it's exactly the same. I think.
You can't make objects attack anymore. It's not like it happened a lot.
No, I'm okay with it. I get that that's kind of like the main use of telekinesis in comics. Very few people in comics move other characters with telekinesis.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I don't like. I think in terms of like a flavor standpoint, it's a loss. In terms of a game standpoint, they didn't make it good enough ever to actually use it often.
Telekinesis. We're on defense. Super senses. When this character would be hit, you may roll a d6, 5 to 6 evade. I think it's pretty much the same.
Yep. Toughness, same.
Defend. Adjacent friendly characters may replace. Yep. The same.
Combat reflexes modifies defense by +2 against close attacks. The one change does not prevent knockback now. Neither does charge. We forgot to say that. You cannot stop yourself from being knocked back unless you are bigger than the character knocking you back.
Oh. Unless you're bigger. Energy shield's the same. Barriers changed to minimum range 6 now, didn't it?
Yep. And now you can put them in hindering markers or water terrain.
Can you put them over blocking?
It doesn't say you can't. Maybe you can't technically see a square of blocking terrain. I don't know how that would work. I'm pretty sure Mastermind functions almost exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't think anything really changed it.
I don't remember, but I thought the last one was you couldn't mastermind to a character that was a target of the attack, but now it's a character that would be hit by the attack. But that might be wrong. So, and I'm not willing to grab my PAC, so we'll leave it.
Willpower obviously changed. It's no longer just can't push. You just actually roll a die at the beginning of your turn, and on a 5 to 6, you get to remove an action token from that character.
So it's like self-leadership, right?
It basically is. It's. Can you imagine a game though? It just start your turn, 7 rolls, because so many people have willpower.
That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be playing that Fantastic Four guy who gives everyone power cosmic.
Ugh, just all, and then there's so many low point Fantastic Four people. Your team will have like 13 people.
Yeah, and then I'll also play that Doctor Fantastic, the rare that gives everyone leadership.
Oh, so yeah, double right there, double the rolls. Oh my god.
Just to waste time. I won't do that. Invincible. Reduced damage taken by 2 can reduce penetrating damage. It is no longer a maximum damage of 3.
So I'm guessing, well, did they have to put that in place in the first place because it was so easy to like, I'm gonna hit for 6, I'm gonna hit for 7.
Yeah, and maybe now that the damage isn't so high that it won't be a big deal, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the other thing, though.
What's up?
It does not ever say in the rules that I can find that you can only use one reducer at a time.
Oh.
It will. Don't get me wrong. They will change it if it's not there. They will clarify that it is. But perhaps for a month or two, you can just use every reducer if you somehow were able to get them on one click.
Oh my god. I don't. That's not happening. It's not.
The other thing is that just like last time, Invincible, the can reduce penetrating damage is separate from the reduced damage taken by 2. So if you have Invincible and Impervious, you can reduce penetrating damage with your roll.
Ooh.
Impervious is the same, everyone. So
yeah.
Regeneration, the same. Invulnerability, the same. Except you might be able to stack them because it doesn't say you can't.
I'll just take all of them.
Okay. We're finally on damage. We got some big changes, hey? Range combat expert. This character modifies attacking damage by +1 when making a range attack or using range destroy. Oh no. Hello? I can hear you.
You do. Hello. There we go.
Hello?
Oh, my camera. Did you see my camera?
No, I didn't think your camera's on.
Oh, okay. I don't know, but I was watching myself, and I was like, it almost looked like it went in rewind for a few seconds. It was really
Okay,
weird.
I'll have to edit this out or else I'll forget, and then it won't be edited out.
Okay.
Just so we didn't lose anything, range combat expert now just gives a blanket +1 attack, +1 damage for any range attack. It's no longer a power action, so it combos with everything, including being mind controlled.
So it's saying something while making a range attack or using range destroy. So like you didn't have to like it'll just like if you have a 2 damage, it automatically brings it to a 3, and now you can do a range destroy.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You can handle Battle Fury.
Oh yeah, because it's the same. I don't know.
It's a
No,
little
there's
bit
new
different.
wording in it. This character can't make range attacks, can't be given range actions, can't be carried, can't be given actions tokens by opposing effects. That's pretty cool. And has safeguard, mind control. When this character attacks, opposing characters can't use shape change. What's the point of using safeguard?
So before we had protection that was capitalized and protection that was lowercase, and safeguard is the new like capitalized protection.
I thought the capitalized protection was like you just can't have it done to you. And then lowercase protection was just this power that it's on.
Yeah.
So now what because it's a safeguard, it's like no matter what, if you have battle fury, you just can't be mind controlled. Is that the reason they use safeguard?
Yeah, it's the same thing as a capitalized protection in that it just affects everything, not just that power. It's just confusing.
Okay.
But it's not really confusing. It makes more sense than having a capitalized protection and a lowercase protection. That was dumb.
Yeah, I'll agree on that because every time I ask, which one is it?
Safeguard just seems like a really long phrase. Anyway,
Support, is
support's the
that any
same.
different?
No.
No.
How about exploit?
Yeah, just whenever you make a close attack now. It's not its own separate power. It's not its own separate action. Oh,
Mind control.
mind control. Just
Flurry, blades, exploit all at once.
close combat expert.
Oh, if you had all of those, they would all function together.
Oh. So
Now some of those figures.
what's
Oof.
up this enhancement? I'm just looking ahead. Adjacent friendly characters modify damage +1 while making a range attack or using range destroy. Was that
Yeah.
never not a thing?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good to know though, because
It's good, yeah. It
yeah,
makes enhancement better. Probability
yeah.
control is the same. Shape
Shape
change is the
change,
same.
shape change the same. Close combat expert is now again. It stacks. It's just whenever he makes a close attack.
Empowers the same, but also works with close destroy.
Perplex the same.
No,
It's benched.
it's benched, but there's something different about it.
What are you talking about? Choose a target. Oh yeah, you can't use it on damage values. That's right. That
Big
was part of that
difference.
whole article.
The last game that Dennis and I played, I perplexed down his damage like 4 times, and that had a big effect. And now I can't do that.
Yeah, geez, we should have been. No, we shouldn't have been playing by the new rules. I could have been so destroyed. But that is big. That makes it power and enhancement obviously better.
Yep. Outwit, same. Leadership, same.
There you go.
So
What do
there's
you
a
want?
few things.
What do you want to say is your favorite change of all this?
I like that everything works together as like a kind of passive.
Passive, it just happens. Yeah.
Also, swim changes.
Oh, geez, is that? Oh, that's on the next page. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. If you want to go there and
swim.
tell them about swim.
If you occupy water with a swimming character, you can't be targeted unless another character is within 4 squares of you, or that character is within 4 squares of you. It's great. It's awesome. Swimmers are suddenly good. All of these terrible swimming characters that we've been looking at over the last like I don't know 10 years are now actually decent.
Well, it had to happen. Why else do you have that logo?
Yeah. Oh wow, you get +1 defense in water. Wow.
Wow.
There's no water, and that's not a good enough effect.
Anything else we have to identify that's different in here? I'm trying to look at close destroy. That's still a thing.
So safeguard, this character can be targeted or damaged by the specific effect. Passenger, you can use the carry ability to carry X characters, including characters that are the same size, which means you can carry people without losing movement. That's great.
That will make a big difference on like charge and running shots when you can still do like a 5 running shot and carry someone.
Yeah. Oh, there's a couple things. Flight. It doesn't say you can't carry other flyers, so flyers can carry flyers. Great.
Oh, that's good for Green Lantern.
Plus, I mean, Green Lantern's ability already said that, so it doesn't actually help them that much. Or maybe that's a new change. I just know it's on the new set with the Green Lanterns. They can carry flyers. And then great size changes. It gives them willpower, but it succeeds on a roll of 3 through 6.
Oh, a super willpower.
So any character that's giant or colossal now has willpower. So 2 out of 3 turns, they will remove a token from themselves. This might actually be a bad choice. What do you think?
Hello?
Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello? Dennis, are you there? Okay, Dennis may have disappeared. He texted me. He messaged me hello. He can hear me though. Okay.
Hello?
I can hear you.
I could hear you now. You're
Okay.
responding to me, so it's working.
So great size now, 3 through 6 willpower. Super good. Especially if you're playing a figure like Dark Phoenix. They're just even better now.
This is why the problem happened. You said something was a bad choice about the willpower thing.
I just think for giant size, like so many of these characters now are never going to not have an action. Like they're going to be able to move so much, right?
Is that what you meant? Is that they're just going to keep going and going because they could keep taking action tokens off?
Yeah, I think if they had done 4 through 6, it would have been maybe more handleable. But like
Well,
Dark Phoenix is
Onslaught
so
just got way
strong,
better.
and now it's like, yeah, 50-50 versus 2/3, right? Like it's a pretty big difference.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not my least favorite change. That will be Pulse Wave, but I imagine that will be changed soon.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like you've given me a little rundown of some of the changes, but because there's such muddleness in some of them, it's like I don't know. It's hard for me to care right now till I know it's a clear change.
Yeah.
Oh, Stuart, I gotta go.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I thought we were done anyways.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, everyone. This has been Our Clicks Are Sealed, and we'll be back next time to finish up Fantastic Four.
Later.